Howdy, my name is Zachary Roberto, and I'm the past Wheatland Bear River FFA chapter president. I'm here today with
Jill Levake,
and you are the farm.
I'm a fair board member for Yuba Sutter Fair and also here representing the Yuba Sutter Fair Heritage Foundation.
Thank you. And I'm also here with.
Yep, and I'm Dave Dillaboo, the CEO, fair manager of the Yuba Sutter Fair.
It's nice to meet you guys.
You too. Thanks
So,
for having
Jill,
us.
I have a question. What is the Heritage Foundation?
So the Heritage Foundation is a 501(c) organization that is really a support for the Yuba Sutter Fair. So it's a nonprofit that really helps bring in hopefully dollars and sponsors and donations to help the fair with projects. It might be some of the things that we've done is provided new pens for the fair and some overcloth shade area for the livestock auction. So those are some of the things that the foundation, the Yuba Sutter Fair Foundation, Heritage Foundation has provided.
That's really cool. It sounds like a lot of the people that are actually having animals really appreciate you guys for that.
And I would add just one other thing is the Yuba Sutter Fair Heritage Foundation also puts on the auction. So the auction that takes place on Saturday after all the fair fun activities, they really put that on for the Yuba Sutter Fair.
Okay. So I've been asked a lot, how are you able to do like add-ons in the auction, or how are you able to sign up for the auction and become a buyer? I've been asked a lot by that. Do you guys have any?
Yeah, so a couple different options, a couple different ways to support the youth through the junior livestock auction. One, you can come the day of, which is Saturday, June 21st. The auction starts at 9 a.m. If you call prior to and sign up, you get a free admission ticket, free parking ticket. We also have a complimentary lunch provided to all the buyers and supporters during the auction. In the case that maybe you're out of town, or you can't make it for some reason, you can also call the fair office, register as a buyer, and not necessarily to buy an animal, but if you just want to do an add-on. And then what an add-on is let's just say the animal goes through the sale and a local business purchases that animal.
Okay.
But as a person of the community, you want to support that child as well, maybe with a $250 additional support to add on to the purchase price of that animal. That's what an add-on does. So you could literally just call the fair office, get signed up, and you can pay over the phone. You can come in, provide that check to the fairgrounds, and then in turn, that check gets transferred over to the exhibitor.
Okay. What is the difference between FFA and 4-H?
Well,
there's not much of a difference, but is there any like main things?
Well, the main thing is, particularly at a young age, as a 9-year-old, an exhibitor can only get into 4-H or possibly Grange or show as an independent. But the mainstay of a youth organization and the main organization that the youth show in is under the 4-H.
Okay.
Now, of course, as you get older, kids can be into 4-H all the way up through the year that they graduate high school. But again, of course, a lot of the kids that once they get into high school as a freshman, you can sign up for FFA and then also show an FFA. So really, no real big differences. I would say they are both great organizations that provide a lot of leadership opportunities for kids. And again, offer an opportunity for the kids to show animals and get a lot of advice and help from the leaders of those organizations.
Okay.
And the one thing I would say too about both the programs is it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have an animal and show an animal at the fair. Right. There's great ways to get involved in 4-H and as well as FFA without necessarily just having an animal. So I would encourage, your listeners and the listeners of this to reach out and get more information in that regard. So we have many members in our 4-H club that don't show animals, but they're involved in cooking or robotics or veterinary science. So a lot of different options out there. But to Dave's point, both great organizations that I think teach a tremendous amount of leadership and positivity in the community.
Okay. So are either of you guys like an FFA or 4-H alumni? And if so, how has the FFA or the 4-H impacted your lives?
So I was in 4-H for 10 years. I have 3 children. All of them have been in the 4-H and FFA program. So we are true all the way through 4-Hers and FFAers. So I think the organization is just tremendous in regards to allowing kids to learn more confidence, do public speaking, all of those great attributes that I learned when I was a kid. And I was able to go to some leadership conferences like Dave mentioned that really excel you kind of into the next level moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, much like Jill, I grew up in the 4-H and FFA world. I really didn't have a chance. My dad was an ag teacher. He was an FFA advisor. But definitely it was something that I loved doing. And quite frankly, I wouldn't be sitting in the seat right now or as a fair manager if I hadn't had those experiences and gained what I did by being involved in 4-H and FFA. You hear all the time, but really got, I would say, some really essential life skills, learning about being responsible, learning about how to communicate with the public, and just learning about working hard and having a work ethic.
Yes, sir.
And I got all those attributes through being involved in 4-H and FFA. And again, along the way, and probably one of the most important things that both Jill and I would probably say is those are great and definitely helped us, but it's the people along the way that we met through being involved in those organizations that probably had even a bigger, profound impact on our lives.
Yes, sir.
I would say there was one of my 4-H basically chapter advisors, Sally Serger, who was involved in the organization for many, many years. She always had a tagline that said, "You can always tell a true 4-H member because they really are involved in their community. They're willing to come up and shake your hand, just really want to kind of reach out and be a better person and provide that back."
So do you guys have like a rough idea? I know, Dave, this will probably be more of a question for you, but about how many kids, FFA and 4-H, that will be showing this year?
We have right around 550 exhibitors that are entered in the fair.
Okay.
So that includes livestock as well as vocational projects. And we really haven't talked a whole lot about the vocational projects as well, but much like Jill talked about in terms of being more than just livestock, there's leadership opportunities and also vocational projects. And that's something that, again, a lot of kids that maybe aren't that interested in showing livestock, but have a skill with their hands. Whether it's wood or metal, those exhibits are also offered at the fair and also a part of the junior livestock auction. So in total, we have about 550, and that combines livestock and vocational projects.
Okay, so the vocational projects are kind of like at like wood projects or different things like that, right?
Yeah, a popular item are barbecues, patio fire stoves, really nice lunch tables or picnic tables. It's pretty creative to see, pretty neat to see the creativity that comes out of the vocational projects. And again, that's probably going to be more of an FFA type of a project where you have the kids in welding or a wood shop that are building those, but would really have a lot of respect for those teachers and those ag shop teachers that are really helping them kids and being very creative with regards to the projects that they're putting together.
Okay.
I would say in addition to, of course, the auction and that being great on June 21st, but a lot of the shows happen during the week, right? So one of the things that was brought back to the fair was the horse show. So that will be this year on Tuesday, along with, of course, all of the, market and showmanship classes for whether it's beef or hogs or sheep or rabbits. So I would encourage, folks to come out and just watch the show and watch the kids because it really is a great environment for anybody in the community.
Okay. So I know you both said that you were in either FFA, 4-H, or both. Have either of you actually showed at Yuba Sutter Fair when you were kids?
Yeah, so we actually both showed at Yuba Sutter Fair. We knew each other at Yuba Sutter Fair many, many years ago. So yeah, I started showing and I showed, sheep for 10 years actually.
Okay.
So a long stint. And as I mentioned, I have 3 children. So my oldest is actually graduated, so he's out. But they also have shown since they started as primary members, because you can start at the age of 5 in 4-H, showing chickens, small animals, and then have worked their way up to showing things like there's a dog show at the fair as well. My youngest daughter will be showing in the horse show this year. So it really is a family environment and a generational event for at least our family. And then my mom was in 4-H as well. So it goes back generations and generations, probably 50 years of being involved in 4-H and FFA.
Yep, and same story, different county.
Yeah.
Jill and I actually met, I think, at the Yuba Sutter Fair when we were in 4-H. I grew up in Gridley, so I was in Butte County, so I wasn't eligible to like show market animals, but I was able to bring breeding animals to the fair and showed there pretty much my entire 4-H FFA career. So, and again, kind of goes back to what I just said a little bit ago about meeting the people that have a profound impact in your life. Well, I met Jill way back when I was probably 7 or 8 or 9, and now she's one of the board of directors that I work for at the fair. So definitely, it's a small world, and again, those relationships that you meet, that you make when you're in 4-H FFA, again, have a huge impact and a very positive impact on your lives.
Okay, so I know just me personally with my family, we go to the fair every year. We go up to El Dorado Fair with my family, but we mostly go to Yuba Sutter Fair. What are some different things that people who are coming to the fair that have been, or maybe people that are looking into coming to the fair this year, that they can go see or do at the fair?
Yeah, great question. And again, the Yuba Sutter Fair, like all fairs, there's something there for everybody in our community. Some people want to come for the food. Of course, fair food is really good and tasty, and something we just can't replicate it at home, even as much as we try. So there's great tasting food. We have over 30 food vendors this year at the fair with a variety of different types. Of course, entertainment is a big one. Whether your thing is into music and wanting to listen to different genres, we have everything from rock and roll to some older stuff to country. And this year we were bringing in Radio Ready, which is a pop band that's probably more designed for the youth in terms of getting the youth and should be very popular with the youth kids. So, and then again, we have grandstand events. This year we have the Micromania Wrestling Tour. We have the Mud Bogs and Tough Truck Racing. And then also on Sunday, we have a Hispanic event out there at the grandstands with bull riding and music as well.
Oh, nice.
So we have food, we have music, and maybe another thing. Then you can walk into the buildings, and we have over 80 vendors, local and outside of the area, that are selling products, either advertising services or actually selling products themselves. Or if you just want to go through the arts and crafts buildings, we have a lot of very creative and talented people in our community that either bring in some quilts, photos, artwork, some really creative, neat things that you can really see just how talented the people are in our community. So again, there's so much to do at the fair, and again, it's exciting, and we put a lot of work into it. This isn't an event that we just planned 2 weeks out. This is an entire year of preparations in terms of bringing stuff in. We also have the sea lions coming in. We have some racing pigs coming in. So some fun stuff too also for the family.
Okay. So as you're talking about like the different arts and crafts buildings and things like that, say I was a community member and I was really good at art. Am I still able to enter into like that part of the building and be able to go? And if so, how?
If you're able to enter into that building?
Yeah, like if I'm able to enter like my paintings and things like that.
Okay, yeah. So unfortunately, now is too late to enter the actual exhibits. They actually just got judged this past Saturday. So the judging is done with those. But that's something that we do 30 days out prior to fair, is we take those exhibits and we get them all put together, and then they're judged, and then they're just on display during the fair.
Okay.
But anybody in the community, let's say you're looking into 2026, anybody in the community, if they are an artist or they have a certain individual thing that they're really good at, they can definitely enter. You don't have to, of course, be in 4-H or FFA or any other kind of program. So that's the nice part about this still exhibits. anybody in the community can kind of enter that, as long as they're within the deadline, of course.
Okay. So this is going to be a bit of a random question, but it's more on the ag mech side. What is your favorite, like, ag mechanics or wood shop, like, thing that someone's entered in? Like, what one was your favorite that you thought was coolest to see, maybe most useful, just over your years of being at Yuba Sutter Fair?
Last year there was a chicken coop. Actually, there was an individual that built a chicken coop that was really amazing. I already have a chicken coop, but if I didn't, I would have bid on that and purchased that. So the craftsmanship was great, and so just the depth of the exhibitors and what they're able to do, it was incredible.
Okay.
And again, I don't know the exhibitor, but it was a utility trailer, a dump trailer that was on display. And again, the craftsmanship, the quality of the work was awesome, and very, very, very nice product that the kids put out.
Okay.
And I will give one additional plug for the Yuba Sutter Heritage Foundation. So we are always looking for members, so community members to participate, because really the fair isn't just about the fair that happens once a year. It really is kind of a community center. It's used for a lot of things, and Dave can probably talk to that. But we're always looking for help, and that's part of what the Heritage Foundation does, is to give back and put back monies into the Yuba Sutter Fair grounds itself. So
yes, ma'am.
It might be painting buildings, and we've had some new improvements that maybe Dave can talk about in one of our larger buildings that, really, and the community has been a part of that. So as many members that we can get to be participants and involved in the Yuba Sutter Heritage Foundation, we would really welcome that.
Okay.
But maybe talk about kind of our new improvements on the other building.
Yeah, definitely. And again, like Jill talked about, the Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization of the fair and able to help us a lot with our infrastructure improvements. Recently, we just did a lot of major improvements to the main exhibit building, which is actually the largest building that we have in the county, and used for almost every emergency need that we have, whether it be a fire or a flood or a cooling center.
Okay.
But recently, over the past couple of years, that building has a brand new air conditioning system in it. It's been completely painted inside and out, has a brand new stereo system in it, has new sound barrier walls that we've placed in it this past year. So we've put in a tremendous amount of investment into that building, but it's for the benefit of our entire community, because again, that one building is essential for our community and also outside communities when we have disasters, for people to be able to use that as an evacuation center or a shelter of some sort.
That's really cool that you guys are helping out the community like that.
Yep, definitely. And then, hey, we're the fairgrounds, and that's what we're not just a 4-day fair. Like Jill talked about a little bit ago, we do over 130 events each year, and those are outside of the fair. Some of those are public events. Some of those are private events, such as weddings or quinceañeras or birthday parties. But then again, we also have a lot of public events that are at the grandstands or music festivals, dog shows. So the fairgrounds is used quite regularly. Almost every weekend, there's an event going on at the fair, and we take great pride in making sure that we offer a fairgrounds that's beautiful to look at,
Yes,
but
sir.
also has comes with some service and a lot of quality in terms of what we're able to provide the participants.
And,
Okay.
and I will say, I might be a little bit biased, but I have to give a shout out to Dave and all of the team, that works for the Yuba Sutter Fair, because our fairgrounds is really one of the prettiest fairgrounds there is. If you've gone to others, you're like, wow, their grass is brown or their trees are dead or, all of those type of things. But our group at the Yuba Sutter Fair has done a great job of making our fairgrounds really one of the best in the area, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know it's one of my favorite fairs to go to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're just two people who are representing the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
But we literally have 8 board of directors and a full staff of people in the office as well as in the maintenance shop. in the maintenance, doing upgrades every day. And right now they're there getting ready for fair while we're here. And we wouldn't be nowhere near in terms of where we are today if it wasn't for the contributions of each and every one of them, whether they're part-time or full-time or a board of director of the fair or a board of director of the Heritage Foundation. It takes all of us to put this together. And again, we're very appreciative of their support and their efforts. And one other group of people that makes it possible for all of this to happen are the sponsors. Whether they're a sponsor through the Heritage Foundation or a sponsor through the fair, their contributions, whether it be an in-kind donation or a monetary support donation, is the only way that we're able to make everything work, particularly during the week of fair. We give out over $30,000 of awards just to the livestock exhibitors through belt buckles, banners, trophies, etc. And again, that is all completely 100% donated by the community.
Yes, sir. I think we're just going to get ready to wrap this up. Do either of you have any questions for me?
No, I really appreciate you taking the time to ask us some questions, and,
Of course,
and
no problem.
I think you've done a great job. And again, I can see the value of your FFA career taking place right now as you're doing this interview. So great job.
All right. Well, do you guys mind just saying the dates so the public, everybody, if you guys are interested in coming out to the Yuba Sutter Fair, it is the 19th through the 22nd, right? And then the 21st is the auction.
Correct.
That's correct.
So if you're interested in coming out to see the auction or wanting to buy an animal, come out on the 21st. The fair is the 19th through the 22nd. I'd love to see all y'all out there.
We'd love to see the rest of the community. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
So, this is Zachary DeBrito with Falcons Nest Live, and I want to thank you both for coming out today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hi, I'm Miguel Loza. I'm your current president of Bear River Wheatland Middle School FFA. I'm here with 4-H members.
My name is Eva Scott, and I'm from the Franklin 4-H chapter, and I'm also representing the Yuba Sutter County Ambassador Program.
And I'm also here with.
My name is Carly Widener. I'm from Sutter-Yuba 4-H.
So, how did you get into 4-H?
So my mom was in 4-H when she was little, so we've been a part of the 4-H program for a really long time. So when I became of age at 5 years old, my mom wanted to enroll me and my brother in 4-H as well. So that's how we got started, and I've been in it ever since, so going on 13 years.
That's a big number. Yeah?
Both my parents, dad and mom, were in 4-H growing up. So once I hit 9, my mom talked to me about her experience in 4-H, and that's how I started 4-H.
What is it you enjoy in 4-H?
I've just been able to cultivate so many different relationships with adults and also members in 4-H and just get a big community feel. 4-H is a lot about community and who you meet and all the relationships that you make along the way. So those are some of my favorite memories, and I've had lifelong friends through 4-H, as well as just the roles and responsibilities that it teaches you. I've shown sheep since I was 9 years old, and it's taught me so many things about how to wake up early in the mornings and take care of things that rely on you, and learn so many different things about responsibility and time management, juggling, being a 4-H member, as well as I'm highly involved in FFA, and balancing those things while also taking care of livestock animals is something that has been instilled through me through 4-H.
I really like being an officer in 4-H. I think it's an amazing part. It teaches, I think anybody should try to be an officer because you learn so much leadership skills, and it's super fun. And I love talking to all the kids there. They're super nice, and I made so many friends.
How can someone get into 4-H?
There's a lot of different clubs in the area. I think we have close to 13 clubs, reaching from District 10 in Hullwood to Franklin 4-H, Sutter Buttes 4-H, Feather River 4-H. So there's a lot of different clubs, and I think a great way to meet people from those clubs is going to the county fair and walking around the barns, and you'll see 4-H and FFA members on barn duty, and just ask them questions and get a little bit of information from them, as well as we have a website online, Yuba Sutter 4-H, as well as a county office right near the fairgrounds. So if you're really interested in going and seeing things about 4-H, then visiting those two places, as well as just coming to the county fair and talking to members.
Yeah, even if you have friends, like I've told my friends a bunch of things about 4-H, and actually one of my friends, after talking to her about 4-H, she decided to join, and now we hang out at fair a lot.
Are you showing anything in fair?
So I'm showing a sheep at fair. His name is Mr. Irrelevant, and this is my 9th sheep I've had.
This is my first year showing sheep. I have 2 sheep named Faith and Grace, both girls, and I have 2 hogs, Fancy and Otto. I have a market barrow, and then I also have a breeding gilt.
What does 4-H stand for?
So 4-H stands for the 4 H's, which is hands, heart, health, and head. And so we really try and embody that through 4-H is, taking all aspects of kind of like what a human is and all of those aspects and bringing it into an organization that fosters kids in the agriculture community and just in all communities. There's different clubs like cooking and fashion review where you can sew your own clothes and just kind of getting all different aspects of life into one organization, which is super cool.
How does 4-H and FFA, is it like the same or is it?
I think 4-H develops you in more skills, and FFA is preparing you for careers in agriculture.
I would definitely agree with that. I've been super involved in both, and I think 4-H has taught me a lot of fundamentals that have been super helpful as I've made that transition into FFA. And, FFA, there's more competitions per se and public speaking opportunities and leadership opportunities, but in 4-H, it teaches you the soft skills of, how to talk to people and adults and how to really foster relationships in a community. And FFA does that as well, but I think 4-H gives you a really nice foundation to do that.
And what's the age you can get into 4-H?
So primary members start at 5 years old, and then you can start showing livestock, large animals, so goats, pigs, cattle, sheep, when you're 9 years old, and then you can show chickens and dogs and cats when you're 5.
Yeah.
And then all the way till you're a senior in high school and 1 year out.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys would like to add?
Actually, the Yuba Sutter Fair is next week on Wednesday. We are going to be having the sheep show at 8 a.m. So if you're interested in coming out and seeing 4-H and FFA show their sheep, Wednesday at 8 a.m. we're starting the show at the Yuba Sutter Fairgrounds.
And the 4-H hogs will start at 7 a.m. on Thursday, and I hope that you guys will all be there.
Whoa, why 7? That's kind of early.
Hogs do not handle the heat very well, so 7 a.m. it's kind of more of a cooler breeze.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on and talking to me.
Hi, I'm Carlene Bishop, and I'm the current secretary of Wheatland Bear River's FFA chapter. And today I'm here with the 4-H member that is participating in the Yuba Sutter Fair.
Hi, my name is Clara Brazini. I'm from Franklin 4-H, and I'm going to be showing lambs at the Yuba Sutter Fair this year.
What made you want to join 4-H? Was there an inspiration? Or?
Well, my brother and sister have been doing it for a really long time, and my mom has done it for a really long time. That's just, I kind of want to join that legacy a lot. So,
were any of your siblings or parents officers at all?
So my sister was president, vice president, reporter, and secretary, and both in FFA and 4-H, and my brother did the same.
Would you want to do that, 4-H and FFA and officer?
Yeah, I think I would. I since I got to see my sister do it, I really liked seeing her. Gave me a lot of experience, and yeah.
And what grade can you join 4-H? Because I know FFA is
you can be a primary at 5th grade. At 5 years old, but you have to be 10 by January to be able to show and be in an auction for something at 10.
So when you join 4-H at 5 and you can't show an animal, what else do you do? What else?
You can do primary of any large animal, any small animal. You can also do still exhibits. So like you can enter a painting, Legos, you can bake something or like a jam or something.
Right, and all ages can do that?
Yes, all ages,
Okay.
up to 5.
And what are you showing at fair again?
So I'm showing a lamb. My lamb's name is Fire Pickles. I know it's kind of a weird name. And then I have a ewe named Squirt Squirt. I did not come up with my name. My dad does. But yeah.
It's good names. I wish I could name
Yeah.
an animal like that. Do you have any advice for 4-H or FFA members that would like to raise a lamb or anything else?
I know it may be hard sometimes, but just remember that it's really fun sometimes too. If you don't stop, that means it's just like you're over. But I mean, it's really fun sometimes, and don't quit.
Anything you'd like to add?
I hope to see you all guys at the Yuba Sutter Fair Wednesday morning, because that's when I will be showing my lamb.
Yeah. Come out and see the others too all week.
Maybe it'll get you interested in it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for coming out.
My name is Zachary DeBrito with the Wheatland Bear River FFA chapter, and I want to thank you all for listening in on Falcons Nest Live. Just a topic point, like I've said in my other interviews, please come out and enjoy your fun at the fair June 19th through the 22nd. If you see any FFA or 4-H members and have any questions, want to know about their experiences in the FFA or 4-H, go up and ask them. I guarantee you, most of them are all friendly and we love to talk. So also, please come out to see the Junior Livestock Auction Saturday the 21st at 9 a.m. And thank you all for listening in.